Hello and welcome back to the Marsii show. Before we start, I just want to say that this isn't my first video about Edwin. I made one in 2019 about his series of videos trying to re-give Karim Abridged a platform, which I highly suggest checking out. Even if you don't want to watch my video, I'd recommend looking into the series of videos that Edwin did because the situation is quite frankly disgusting. But there's a newer situation surrounding Edwin that is the topic of today's video. Is actually a collection of a few things and led to Edwin first privatizing his Twitter, but he has since deactivated, so you know it's somewhat serious. A lot of this started when Edwin was hacked around New Year's, to which Edwin later admitted he didn't have two-factor authentication. He then went live on YouTube, but because he is notorious for privating them and putting them on Patreon, footage from that stream is a bit difficult to find publicly, or at least not behind a paywall. Although there was a video made about some of what happened on that stream, and it was apparently not very good. Like, people in Discord with Edwin were encouraging the hacker to be racist, for example. The video that goes over some of that will be linked in the description. I personally don't follow Edwin, so I don't know if anything problematic actually happened while he was hacked, but he got his account back eventually. And then everything seemed to be sorted to some extent, until his appearance in the Onision documentary. Clarified, the Onision documentary hadn't premiered at the time of the hack, and although Edwin's appearance seemed to garner backlash, the last episode seemed to raise eyebrows most when it came out. Personally, I haven't seen any of the documentary, so I can't comment on its contents, but I did think it was quite bizarre that he was on there after telling at least one other creator to not go on the documentary when they were approached. The response led to Edwin making a video entitled "Chris Hansen Tries to Call Me Out Re-Onision in Real Life Documentary", which is a 21-minute video of Edwin basically defending himself. A lot of the criticism in the comments section surrounds Jaclyn Glenn's video, which he mentions for a few minutes in the video. The part in Jaclyn's video about Edwin simply says that although he believed what he was told, the fact that he's trusted and a public figure, the way the documentary ended, as in how the final edit looked, was bad for Edwin. She also said to pretty well use it as a learning experience and get contracts and such, and maybe get them to agree to them being filmed as well, so if they edit something out of context, you have enough to tell your side of the story and you have the evidence to back it up. That's even the case in contracts. Like Edwin says, that they said that they weren't going to use any of the survivors' stories, but is there anything in writing or a contract or anything that says that? Don't know. As of right now, it's just hearsay. But Edwin's response was just a bit strange. It wasn't an attack on him like he portrays in his video. I actually watched Edwin's video before I watched Jaclyn's video. I was fully expecting her to go in on him, but it was more of a criticism of Discovery than of Edwin. At least that's how I took it. The first section of the top comment on Edwin's video sums it up perfectly. "Edwin, you're smarter than this. Maybe you just can't see past your own emotions at the moment. Jaclyn did not spend so much of her video just shitting on you. She was making a point. The point being, you cannot believe what you're told when it comes to these situations. If you want to make sure of something before you participate, then you get it in writing. The single fact is that what she was emphasizing and highlighting, unfortunately, you made that very mistake, and therefore you are the perfect example for her to use." Whether or not this led to Edwin privatizing his Twitter is unknown to me. Within a couple of days, the hacking came back to haunt him even more. There have been leaked messages from his account. It would appear that the hacker saved a lot of messages. I honestly haven't gone out of my way to find these messages or what they say, as I simply don't agree with that breach of privacy in regards to anyone. I've read a thing or two that implies some of the messages say some not so ideal things about other creators, which led to some creators putting out tweetlongers regarding it. But what these are exactly, I don't know, and I also don't care to find out because supporting that kind of invasion of privacy is certainly not on my to-do list. Edwin has since deactivated his Twitter, as he said on Instagram. He also posted a post entitled "I'm Surviving" on his Patreon, but because I'm not part of his Patreon, I can't read all of it, but what I can read says, "Hi everyone, I'm sorry for what's been going on with me or if anyone's been catching secondhand heat from supporting me. I've been under I would say, if I had to guess, I would say I've been under immense pressure or scrutiny or criticism or something like that." There were also some alleged anti-Semitic tweets that resurfaced that were posted on Edwin's account years ago. As much as I don't like Edwin, these simply seem like bad or poor attempts at humour. It's something that you simply shouldn't joke about. It is probably a bit much in hindsight to joke about it or try and make jokes about it, I mean. Part of this also featured a band t-shirt that he was seen wearing. And while the fact that he's wearing it is bad due to its contents, I think it's fair to assume that he just thought it was a band t-shirt. In fact, this isn't a new allegation. He addressed it in a video last year entitled "My Response to Being Cancelled and Dash's Return."
What I also find funny is that Edwin never seemed to have a problem with my sense of humor until it was convenient for me. Also, saying that my Nazi humor is really inappropriate is kinda hypocritical coming from someone who wears a shirt of the last Jew getting shot in Venezia. Now straight off the bat, even though it is Dasha calling me out behind the scenes, someone who has literally been anti-Semitic towards one of my best friends and Sear's old roommate, I do want to say that I never meant to offend. I did not know any history behind that shirt. It's a band t-shirt that I got when I was 17 and I apologize. I already archived the picture. I didn't know there was any history to that. So I was just uninformed and I never meant to offend. Nobody ever checked me on that and I'm sorry.
The reason why the tweets are alleged is because he's deactivated his Twitter, which means they can't easily be verified by me. But then again, if someone wanted to go after him for it, at this point in time, he can't do much because he can't say something like, "Go to my Twitter and see they don't exist," because he deactivated his Twitter, you know. There isn't exactly a leg to stand on there currently. Kind of comes with the whole territory of deactivating Twitter, you know. I don't know if it's a similar case to the band t-shirt where he's since removed those things either. I'm also unaware if he has addressed the tweets previously like he addressed the band t-shirt. I honestly wouldn't know where to look. Like, do you Google like Edwin anti-Semitic tweets? And I don't know. In fact, I found the thing about the t-shirt by pure accident. So if you've been wondering what all the talk about Edwin has been recently, well, here it is. Ideally there'd be a second part about an apology or an update, but everything that would have been in a second part has already occurred and been said in this one video. So it'll be left here unless something else happens. So that is a little recap for you. And it's not everything, but it's most of it. This is my first video I've kind of done when I've kind of decided to try and become a commentary channel of sorts. There's been things that have been going on that I've kind of just not spoken about, like with other creators, like the Carson thing, for example. Things like that I haven't gone into because I just kind of, I don't have much to say, like what's my 2 cents going to do in a situation like Carson, you know. If you do enjoy it, leave a like. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you never want to miss an upload. And I shall see you soon for more content. As always, don't forget, more than happy to have a chat in the comment section below. Peace.